Hi everyone, I've been buying some more shit off eBay. This time I've got some more control panels from the air traffic control system once used by the Royal Air Force in the UK. I've previously taken apart a similar unit in another video which concerned a circuit board like this with some useful chips I can salvage for electronics projects, and they're in nice little units which you can use for projects. Some nice high quality switches and a built-in LCD. Now I bought these other two units because they were cheap from the same seller, and we're just going to see what's inside these. Now just bear with me a minute, my camera mount is pissing me off. Right, okay, as I was saying, I got two more control panels. The previous unit I had was unit used by the actual air traffic controller themselves. It was a communications panel. I'll show you the link to the video down below, and I'll also show you a picture now of the units in use at Royal Air Force Base. The image it's Crown copyright, so it's okay to use it in videos, so I'll show you that image now. Right, now back to it. As I said, the previous unit was a control panel used with air traffic control. This one's a supervisor panel, which is slightly different. I suspect the control board inside of the same as the other unit, and this one is the actual audio control unit itself. So I took this one apart first, because I think this one will be different. So what we've got here, you can see a stack of circuit boards inside, connected by ribbon cables. Looks like there's a conditioning label inserted in there as well. Right, let's take this one to bits and see what's inside. I say these was used by the Ministry of Defence up until around 10 years ago when they were replaced by a new system. It was a joint venture between National Air Traffic Control and Thales, or Thales, how we pronounce it, a French aviation company that makes aircraft avionics and other military electronics. I'll put a link down below to all these sort of projects so you can read more about them if you want to. I'll go in here. Presumes that comes off. Attached to that PCB there, you've got to prise all these off. Right, let's have that off then. So I think these were very, very small numbers. They're all used in RAF bases around the world for air traffic control. When I looked on the website, the eBay listing, some came from the Air Force Base in Cyprus, and some came from around UK bases. It's basically the same system used in all of the RAF bases, and it's since been replaced with a more modern system. And these look like control panels for communicating with the pilots, for the pilots. Let's say that previous image gives you some idea what they were for, and here's a conditioning label here. So you can see it says unserviceable. No audio from boom. No audio from non-boom side of headsets. So there we go. And it's come from RAF lossy mouth, is this. So see, got it upside down. RAF lossy mouth, yeah. Date that 16th of the 12th 2021. So the upgrades for the air traffic control must have been going on fairly recently then. I think the one that I took apart in the previous video, that was around about 2010, I think. So it must be a project that's been going on for quite a while. And so this one was taken out, was it 40, so it was obviously still in use up until 16th of 12th 2021. Yeah, replaced with serviceable spare, so no audio from non-boom side, so I'll see what that is anyway. So, right, stack of PCBs here. We got here some audio transformers, a relay, 3 MC3340Ps, presume they're op amps. The buttons on the front, you've got radio transmit, ICOM transmit, UT mic, unused, a lamp test button, headset volume, lamp brightness, and a brightness sensor, and a beeper. Right, well, this one's different. I'm gonna have to get a thing to undo then. Just bear with me. As I was saying, just took this thing a bit. And they're quite useful for collectibles. But these have been on eBay for a very, very long time, so I don't think many people are going to be interested. And the sellers gradually reduce the price. It's like a £5. Now, I've got an idea what I can use these chips for. I've pulled out of that one. I need 5 of them. So, hopefully, one of these will have some more chips in. I suspect the other unit will have the same control board, just the firmware will be different. So there'll be another 4 chips in that. See what this is in. It's in this thing. See. I don't want to just rip it off, but right, well, it's scrap anyway, so it's not like I'm going to be able to get it working. I think it's going to be a component salvage thing. So obviously what I can do with this is if I design some PCBs the same size as these, I can stack them in here and then use them for electronics projects. Yeah, some ICs in the back. Get it under the light. LM348s. 74HC 4066, which is an electronic switch. Yeah, common control audio PCB. Now these are manufactured by Philips or Pye Telecom as a formerly known. Yeah, some 74 series logic on there. Couple of bodge wires. Yeah, looks like there's 3 audio channels on this, which is 3 of everything. There's 3 op amps on that side. 7812 regulator. And 3 audio. Yeah, 3 audio circuits on that by the look of it. So, well, what have we got underneath? Right, I think I've got this camera mount sorted out this time. Because it was ready for going out of the window, so let's continue taking this apart. Then we'll see what's inside. Now the seller on eBay has got a lot of circuit boards from what I presume is the main control unit. It's got a stack of about 8 circuit boards which are filled with audio chips, 74 series logic chips, etc. I presume they came from the main control box that sat in the console or whatever. And there we go. Yep, that contains exactly what I'm after. An MM5450N, which is 35-bit shift register. A couple of voltage regulators there, and a microcontroller. So I think the salvageable component of this thing is going to be that chip. Now, the microcontroller in the last unit was a Hitachi, so let's see what this is. Hitachi HD6303 series. Let's see if this is anything. I suspect this will be the same. Right, I suspected it is a HD 63701, which is the same microcontroller using the other units. It is a one-time programmable microcontroller based on the HD 6303 architecture. That's used for driving the LEDs. What we got here? No 74 series logic, which is a 74HC 4538. 74HC 132. Yeah, another one there. What's that? 74HC 132, I think. Right, well, yeah, that's that PCB. fan of the front panel, a couple of variable resistors. Not much of interest in there, some nice clicky key switches, some LEDs there for panel lighting. Unless the key switches themselves are illuminated. Let's have a, and they've got what? 5, yeah, I presume that'll be lighting, there'll be LEDs to light it. They're normally open and normally closed contacts. Right, well, that's that unit. So that's the 5th chip that I need, so that's just what I'm after. Yeah, another unit, it's a bit more interesting in this one. Buttons we've got in here, ICRT off, 2 of them, power, unused, clock, master network, presume buffer, con, whatever that is, PSU, power supply, slave net. Now for these covers on these switches come off, then you can, yeah they do, but they just come off them. So you can pull them off, and then you can put whatever labels you want underneath. They're just ideal for control panel. But a tester or something I've got in mind. I'm going to need to put a professional battery tester which can test 4 batteries at once, and you could use those for channel select, for your channel select. Then your status of your battery will come up on your display here. These buttons can be used for up, down, left, right, and menus and stuff like that. So yeah, quite something useful. We've got this is another conditioning label. This one's come from RAF 10, whatever that is, RAF 10. Supervisory unit. Fault with this one is would not allow alarms to be acknowledged after power cut. After resetting the console, the unit was dead. So yeah, so all these chips in here I'm going to have to test with. I have to make an Arduino circuit up to test them, make sure they're okay. I'll take this one apart. I suspect this unit will be the same as the other one. Same controller board. The other one of the previous video I meant, not the previous unit. Now that had 4 of those MM5450 chips in, but they're only driving 32 LEDs. Now it looks like that logic board is obviously using lots of different projects, lots of different bits of equipment just to cut down on cost, and then the other 3 shift registers simply aren't being used. I've got constant current outputs for driving LEDs, so that's all they're used for. So I would imagine that, yeah, this one is slightly different. Let's have this off. Yeah, it looks like it's the same logic board as the last one, the last video. If it's dead, it's probably a voltage regulator that's died. So these tests I'm getting off these because there's a lot of chips in there. But this one might keep complete. I only did 5 of those 5450s for my project, so this one I think I'll keep as a complete unit for now. And the other audio unit I'll scrap. Just press this off. So it doesn't matter really if I damage it because it's knackered anyway. So yeah, keep this unit complete. it's exact same control board as the last one. Get rid of that clangy thing. Yeah, you can see there. Another Hitachi microcontroller for MN5450s. Like I said, only one of those will be used to drive the LEDs on the front panel, because you've got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Then, assuming these are lit, which I think they are, going by the picture on the RF website. You've got 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So they're just going to be driven by just one of these chips, and the others won't be used, because if you look at the back of this unit here, you find out what the pins are actually connected to anything when I take that off. So yeah, you got your standard microcontroller, 4 LED drivers, a couple of voltage regulators. Not much else really there. So I'll go to this unit here. Take that off. You'll see what I mean when I get to the bottom. Throat's a bit sore. No, that should just pull off. Right, as you can see, that's your front panel there, and it plugs into a certain number of these pins here. So obviously this panel here on the control board is universal to several control panels. It's all the front that's actually different. You can see all those connections there, which in the previous video are wired to these MN5450 chips here through these pins. They connect through the PCB to these holes here, and as you can see, connected straight to these strips here, which then plug into the front panel. So looking at that, there's only that strip and half of that strip used for this front panel. The rest of these, which goes to the other MN5450 chips, aren't actually connected to anything. I presume that's just to keep costs down, so they just make one logic box that will control anything basically. But yeah, that's, I mean, these sockets here, they're just literally not used. So I mean, I don't even know why they bother fitting chips to the inside of these, because they're not doing anything. I think they just leave them out. But you know, yeah, what you got here is a standard 20 character HD 4470 compatible LCD. Yeah, not much else interesting on there. Again, just a keypad board. I don't think we'll bother taking that apart, because it's not really very interesting, is it? So yeah, I think that about wraps it up. So I think I'll keep this unit complete. And the other one I'll salvage for parts. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I'll probably just keep it in my cupboard, and it'll probably be in my shit that I might keep, but shit to use later box. And then I'll probably keep it in that said cupboard for maybe 10 years till I decide to have a clear out, and then it will go on eBay again, or in the bin, depending on what happens. But I really do need to sort out my crap, because if you keep collecting stuff like this, you just end up with an house full of shit. I mean, I got cupboards full of old electronic bits which I intend to do something with someday, but they never got around to it. So, as you know, I live in a small house, so space is a premium, so I'm going to have to really have a clear out. I mean, I got that helicopter control panel, which I intended to turn into something like, put a Raspberry Pi in it or something like that, and turn it into a media player or something like that. But again, that's something I never got around to. I might do that at some point. This is a little project. they're quite interesting, and it's probably something you could probably resell, because I think a lot of people are interested. Common control unit from a milling helicopter turned into a media player. I think that might be something that somebody would buy, I don't know. But yeah, these, I mean, I don't know if you can repurpose these. Might be interesting. That might be an idea. Maybe you could put a Raspberry Pi in there or something for your screen and turn it into a music player. Anything would be interesting. Little control panel, set your music tracks and that. Don't know, just a mad idea that might come out. But yeah, I think that about wraps it up for this video. Just put these here, so just get another look at the control front panels again. Yeah, so yeah, and those are control panels from the Ministry of Defence Royal Air Force air traffic control system. Well, if you made it this far, thanks for watching.